WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users.
This is
Soulful Inspiration.
It's your girl, Nikki Jones. This will be an hour to feed your soul with music and laughter, information and inspiration. You're listening to WVTC
Detroit.
All designed with you in mind. So sit back, relax, and get ready to join the conversation with me,
Nikki Jones.
Soulful.
Soulful Inspiration.
Inspirations. Yes, sir.
Welcome to Soulful Inspirations. I am your girl, Nikki Jones. What's up, Detroit? Hey, guess what? I voted already. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Did you know you can early vote? You can go vote right now. Well, you can't vote right now, but you can go vote early, okay? You don't have to wait until next week, Tuesday. As a matter of fact, the lines are lower and all that other good stuff, all right? So I voted today. You can go vote tomorrow. I promise you. You can do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday. Some places you can go on Sunday. And yes, you can go vote right now. It's important. It's your responsibility. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, welcome again to Soulful Inspirations. I'm your girl, Nikki Jones. And you are listening to us on WVTC Detroit, where we are winning victory through Christ. It is the last Tuesday of the month. And what do? We have a wonderful time with our resident therapist. But before we go there, we're going to listen to some music. I want to listen to some music. Did you know that my brother had a song called Do Not Pass Me By? Now, he ain't singing on it, but he produced it and he arranged it. And it's called Do Not Pass Me By. Come on, let's hear it.
Do not pass me by. Do not pass me by.
Ooh, hey, come on, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Hey, hey, hey. Do not pass me by. Hey, hey, hey. I need you.
Well, yes. Hello. Now do not pass me by. I love this. When I tell you I love this woman right here, when I tell you I love this woman next to me, I love this woman. The realness of the realist of the realness of the realness. And I'm telling you, she's not only a beautiful person on the outside and the inside, but she is so educated and she is
Hallelujah.
so well versed in her field. And she is the owner of Out of Mind Counseling Center in Macomb.
Yeah. In Macomb.
Yes, in Macomb. Yes.
Macomb
The one
County.
and the only Renisha Fluker.
Greetings, beautiful people. Greetings, America.
Hello.
Greetings, WVT and the C.
Yes.
Hope you guys are all wonderful. I'm excited to be here with you, Nikki
Girl.
Jones. Nikki Jones.
Yes. Listen, we're going to have a good time tonight. Did you see my Facebook post? I was asking you a question, and it was a really, really important question. Now, I didn't see that many people answer. I don't think I saw anybody, actually. But anyway, the question was...
Question is?
Yes. The question is, do you know what your communication style is? Huh? Do you know your communication style? Are you an assertive communicator? Are you an aggressive communicator? Are you a passive communicator? Are you a passive aggressive communicator? Or are you a manipulative communicator?
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
Yes, there is such a thing. And sometimes people don't realize it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say sometimes people don't really know that they're being manipulative in their communication sometimes.
That's right.
That's true. I believe that's true.
That's right.
It is. Okay, see, I've said that. Flesh and blood didn't reveal that to me. So I am going to turn this over to my sister here because she is the resident therapist for Soulful Inspirations. And so she is going to walk us through these communication styles and give us some tips and some tricks of the trade so we can understand how to communicate better. So we can save some of these relationships and some time. Hallelujah.
Well, I'm coming on the wings of your co-host, Pastor
Yes.
Denise.
Didn't she do a wonderful job?
Oh my gosh. Shout out to the teacher, Pastor Denise
Yes.
Thomas. Pastor Denise, I just want to tell you, I love you. You have always been an amazing teacher. But when you were here those few weeks teaching on communication, I think you was in the vein.
Yes.
I just want to acknowledge, I think you did an amazing job at the realness, relatability, and you made it practical and simple.
Yes.
So what I wanted to do is just come in on heels of that, if I may.
Absolutely.
And talk about some of the tools that she gave you. And what I would like to do is to give you kind of like clinical perspectives with it. And in a sense, teach you about your communication styles. You know, like we talk about what the world needs now is love, sweet love. But I think that what happens if your love is perverted? What happens if your love is your attachment style is off? What happens if you're trying to communicate and nobody's understanding you? I will tell you as a clinician, Nikki, and America that's watching, what I've learned, what a lot of times, what I'm really treating is just not for real mental health. It's not just for real bipolarity. It's not just anxiety disorder, depression, mood disorders and things like that. A lot of those disorders come off the heels of poor communication methods.
Wow.
A lot of people come into my office with relationship distresses because they don't know how to properly communicate.
Yeah.
Or they've been communicated in such a way, the way they were raised, or how they interact in their world, so much so that they can be operating in a communication style that can literally be hindering their ability to be heard,
Yes.
be taken seriously, for people to meet their needs. So what happens is oftentimes people, because they don't get their needs met over and over again because they were too passive for whatever thing that took your voice, now you find yourself getting anxious and feeling like nobody hear you.
Yes.
So you find yourself moving in trepidation in future relationships because of previous passivity.
Yes.
So my goal is to do a couple things tonight. I want to explain what is a passive communicator, aggressive communicator, assertive communicator, passive aggressive communicator. And if I have time, I want to get into manipulative things. A lot of people on the internet and people been talking on the TikTok, gaslight, you being gaslight. I really think at this point it's propaganda, people using it the wrong way. So if you will, I'm going to educate you on what real gaslighting looks like.
Yes.
Because now you're in your arguments, you want to be like, oh, don't be gaslight me. And it's that's not
and
gaslighting.
everybody's a narcissist.
Everybody's isn't I should do that next. I didn't even bring that one tonight. But we can talk about it. Let's get into it.
Let's get
because
into it.
sometimes people are attacking narcissists. Anyway, but let me start by saying this. Every communication style has a strength in it. That's why you do it.
Come on.
You hear what I'm saying?
That's important to know. That's important to know because then you don't have to be ashamed of your style. You just got to know how to use it
There you
and
go.
find the strengths with it.
There you go.
And then whatever you need to add to it, you add to it so that you can effectively communicate.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do tonight is give you some attributes. So if you're note taking, now why is it important? Because if you don't have fellowship and relationships, what do you have?
You're by yourself.
Right. And that's what the enemy uses. He wants to get you socially isolated, to make you
Yes.
insecure, to have low self-esteem, to make you struggle with securities, therefore making you insecure. And if he make you insecure and have a poor self-image, then you won't have enough gusto, confidence about yourself in order to believe you've been called of God. So therefore your God image is off. Let me say it again.
You connected all those dots.
Self-esteem is so important.
Yes.
Self-esteem is so important because that's where you get your identity.
Yes.
And if you are shaken in your identity, then what would you be? So how the enemy gets you is by socially isolating. Why? Because if you by yourself in your own thoughts, you are powerless.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're the body of Christ, right? So if
Right.
anybody needs to know how to healthily communicate, it is us. Is that fair?
Yes.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the passive communicator. Passive communicators often get a bad rap. They are known for, when you think about passive people, what do you think about?
I think about people who don't give their opinion a lot. I think about people who go along to get along. I think about people who don't want to make waves, don't want to make ruffles, you know, don't want to ruffle any feathers. You know, they're
Absolutely.
going to, you know, go with the majority.
Right, tiptoe around stuff.
Yeah.
You think about passive, you probably heard negative. Oh, she's just passive. Or there's passive, or people just thought of, oh, they're just being passive. A real passive communicator is this. Their style is this. A person prioritizes the needs, wants, and feelings of others, even at their own expense. Now, let me give a correction in the body of Christ. You can be ministers. And that word minister means to serve, by the way. For many people call themselves minister, want to be a minister. You know, a minister is the lowest level. It's a service. It's a service thing.
That's what they think.
Okay, moving forward. But sometimes as ministers and people who are called in the body of Christ, we can sometimes adapt a passive mind because you feel like, let me make sure everybody else is good. Let me be a minister. But what you're doing there, you're robbing yourself and denying your own truth, which will make you be resentful. See, that's the thing about the passive person, because you always want to meet everybody else's needs. That could be your heart. It could be the service in you to meet people's needs.
Right.
But if you don't share yours, then people will make up stuff for you.
Yes, they will.
Okay. The person does not express their own needs, or do they stand up for them? This can lead to being taken advantage of. Dig this. Even by well-meaningful people who are unaware of the passive communicator needs and wants. Why is that important? Because so many people get an attitude and get frustrated and feel like you're not being heard, people not listening to you. But if you're not sharing your needs, how can they hear you?
They won't know.
And how can they meet your need? So if people also are used to you being so passive, used to you being a quiet one, used to you not speaking up for yourself, they're automatically assume, oh, Nisha, she good.
She all
Nikki,
right.
she good. Oh, we eating this? Oh, she good. She don't care about that. She don't care about that. So now because you don't care, you've been so passive, now people are developing a whole image of you. They're developing, what you're doing is giving your voice away to person.
Yes.
So then you have boisterous people that be like, no, they good. Now another person in the room saw how they dismiss your need. So now that person said, oh no, she good too. So now you got a circle of friends that are all not listening to you. Based off your decision to just pull back because you wanted to people please. Right? Now, here's some attributes of a passive communicator. Now, this bud is for you. If you feel like, oh gosh, that's me, that's the importance of this tonight, and we're just fixing it. This is just sharpening you. Okay. Passive people are often soft spoken.
Yes.
They often quiet. They allow others to take advantage of them, prioritize the needs of others. They often talk like this. They don't do a lot of eye contact, right?
Oh.
They do stuff like this to be playing in their hands. They always got to
Oh.
have something. They're always picking with something. It's just like they're always into themselves. And that's a big sign of their insecurity because they're always conscious of themselves. Passive people being in here all the time. You be seeing people like they be on live and just be always fixing something. Just always.
I noticed that
just
about some
insecure.
people. Yes.
Watch TV, watch some
Yes.
Hollywood shows. They always, fixing themselves for the camera. It's like, give me something in the camera. Stop fixing yourself. You should have did it. Ain't that what a mirror's for? The
Right.
camera's too late. You should have did the mirror. Moving on. I said it. A passive person does not express one's own needs or wants, oftentimes because you don't know them. Right? So, okay. And the passive person often lacks confidence. Okay. Now, passive people are not to be confused with wisdom people.
Nor the weak.
You hear me? Right? Because some meek people will allow you to say what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really affect them.
Right.
It doesn't matter to them.
Right.
Some wisdom will speak and tell you to shut your mouth. That's not passivity. That is that's selection. There's a difference.
That's good.
Passive people, though, let me tell you what I love about a passive person. Sometimes here's some of the beautiful attributes about them. They see what's going on.
Because they watch.
They are watchers. A lot of passive people, they focus more so on keeping the relationship right. So they value the right relationship over being right.
Wow.
See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
They'd rather keep the relationship right over being right.
Yep.
So if you are watching and you know that, hey, I've been, because oftentimes, let me tell you why it's a deep thing, because sometimes passive people, the way they communicate, they've been brought up that way because their voice was taken.
Yes.
If you come from a household where you were talked down to or yelled at a lot, or you was told if you asked questions that you were talking back to them, you may be passive because you're used to your voice not being valued. It wasn't the fact you didn't have one. It was the fact that when you gave it, it wasn't valued.
Got it.
So some people become passive communicators because their voice never had a space.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So if that's you tonight, I'm encouraging you to get your voice back. Right? Scripture declares the golden rule of what? Do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
Yes.
Same thing with speaking. Right? Speak to others like you will want them. Speak to you.
There are no mind readers, contrary to popular belief.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, there are no mind readers. So if you want someone to know something, 9 times out of 9, you're going to have to tell them.
That's right.
What it is you want them to know.
That's right.
Because they're not going to get it by osmosis or any other way.
And for the aggressors, which we're going to get into next, because I want to go on opposites, right? So we can. A passive person is way over here. Aggressive is way over here. Okay. And we'll do passive aggressive too. So I want to explain aggressive and then we'll do the two. Here we go.
Yes.
Let's talk about an aggressive communicator. Now, when you hear aggressive communicator, what do you think about?
I think of a person who probably uses their physical body as well when they talk. So, they might stand up. They might stand over you. They might get kind of close to you. I think of a person who...
It's an intimidation tactic.
Yes. Projects very well with their voice.
Yeah. They know how to yell.
Yeah. They might have colorful language. I'll put it that way.
Colorful. Yes.
They might have some colorful language. Yes. And I'm not talking about speaking in tongues. Yeah, they and they always tell you how they feel. Like you don't have to wonder about how they feel because they're going to tell you.
That's what I love about them.
Whether it's good or bad, whether it's a bad time, whether they read the room or not, you're going to know how they feel.
That's one thing I love about the aggressive, though.
I hear you.
You hear what I'm saying? An aggressive person,
no guesswork.
You hear me?
No
I know where it
guesswork.
is.
Yep.
Right? So that's one. So we're gonna talk about
Unless
positive.
they're lying.
Unless they're lying. That's different. We talking about just a regular aggressive person.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So aggressive communicator. Let's see if you're in the room tonight. They a person expresses that only their own needs, wants, and feelings matter. The other person is bullied and their needs are ignored. Okay. Let's do it. You heard me, right? Now,
Yes.
an aggressive communicator, as Nikki was saying, they are probably marked by speaking loudly. But sometimes an aggressor can just move loudly.
That's true.
Okay.
I've seen that.
They can have some nonverbal cues that are just very demonstrative.
Yes. Yes.
So here's some of the things you probably mark them by. They get easily frustrated.
Ooh.
Speak in a louder, overbearing way. Now, I'm going to give you some of the mindset, though, about an aggressive person. They are easily frustrated because oftentimes a lot of aggressive people are visionaries. They see. They
Yeah.
know the outcome because they know who they are oftentimes and they know what they want.
Mhm.
When it does not measure up, it irritates them.
Yeah.
So you get a shortness and an irritability from them and a level of frustration from them.
Mhm.
But that is why, because they already see it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Aggressive people sometimes are unwilling to compromise, not sometimes, all the time. It's no compromise, but that's because it's like Burger King, have it your way. Okay. Remember, fast food is fast death. Next,
Ooh.
youth of criticism,
How you just
humiliation,
let
and
that fly like
domination.
that? How you just gonna let that fly by?
Huh?
by?
Huh?
How you just let that fly like that?
Huh?
Fast food is fast death.
You heard it.
I heard it. Did you
You
hear
heard
it?
it. I'm
I
working
heard
on
it.
some.
I
I'm being
heard you.
delivered.
Okay.
Okay. Use of criticism. All right. Humiliation and domination.
Mhm.
Aggressive people normally are marked by being very sarcastic and critical in the room to a point where their goal is not to just make a joke. They want to shut you down.
Ooh.
Okay. They humiliate you. They'll identify your weaknesses and point them out.
Wow.
And they're dominant either in their intellect, their presence, their body, or they try to hold something over you.
Yeah.
Okay?
They want to dominate.
Absolutely. That's the goal, is to gain ground. Aggressive communicators frequently interrupts or does not listen. Yep. And oftentimes a lot of aggressive people are mainly overthinkers. I really haven't met real aggressive people that were not anxiety driven.
Really?
If I be honest, I come in my door. Oftentimes it comes across as anger, but it's really anxiety, especially in minorities. But that's a different conversation.
Wow.
Aggressive people are disrespectful towards others. Absolutely. They can be straight up disrespectful. That's when you was talking about the colorful language or the
Yes.
put downs and stuff like that.
Yes.
Now, what I love about aggressors is they know what they want. Ain't no guesswork with them. Some people, I think that's a strength. Like I told you, some passive communicator traits, they have some strength. Aggressors, they have some strengths. You're not guessing with an aggressor. They know what they want. Oftentimes, aggressive people are confident.
Yeah.
Sometimes overconfident.
Overconfident,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, you're overconfident babies. Sometimes you got a lot of bark and your bite
No
ain't
bite.
doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's another conversation. I'm not here for that on today. But you're in the room because oftentimes aggressive people think that they raise their voice to win an argument, to dominate you, but you're not saying nothing.
That
So
part.
just because you're louder don't mean you are better or right. You just got more volume than me.
Yeah. Or more words.
Or more words.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So you don't want to be on the right and aggressor. Oftentimes aggressive people, though, have been raised out of households, too, where they've had a lot of hostility,
Yeah.
a lot of aggression, or they were deprived a lot of essential things. So they are fighters. They are takers
Got it.
because it's a means of survival.
Or they lived in a household where everybody was yelling.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever met a family of yellers?
Absolutely. I come from that type of family.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
All right. Okay. I remember this. My mama, you know, if you watching, I'm telling the truth. My daddy he was cremated. That's not really rest in peace. Anyway, well, my father's in some ocean somewhere. So let's just speak My dad used to, it's my daddy. I can say it.
You sure can.
So, but my father was an aggressive guy. If you know him, you know I'm talking about him. Everything he talked, he felt like he had an amp in his throat at all times. It's like, Renisha, I told you that. I told you don't do that. Why you do that? That's stupid. Then everything was in your chest, in your chest. And I used to be so scared of my daddy.
Oh, wow.
And my mama ended
He
up.
said everything with his chest.
Everything with his chest. Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
And I had to learn as I got older that
Wow.
that's where he came from. So that was his communication style.
Wow.
And I was so soft, right? I've always been feminine. I've always been one because of my history. I used to pull back. So this voice you see in me, I had to fight for.
Go,
So
girl.
my dad used to, so my mother told me one day, she said, Renisha, why are you scared of your daddy? She just called me out. My mama like that. And I was just like, because he be yelling. She like, he ain't saying nothing. She used to be like, you just have to hear what he's saying and then say what you saying.
Right.
And when I started to listen to what he was saying and just respond to what he was saying, I noticed I was less intimidated. He started pulling back more. So I would respond to him softly and it'll help pull him back. See, that's the difference in knowing the communication style compared
That's
a
scripture.
hard, what the Bible says, a soft answer turns away what? Wrath. Right? So unless you're dealing with mental health. Moving on. So
Moving on.
right, but that's wisdom in the words, Proverbs.
Yes.
So you have to know if somebody's communication style is aggressive, then why? So you can respond appropriately in order to move the conversation forward.
Yes.
Right? If you see that somebody's communication style is passive, then you're going to learn how to pull back so you can pull them up so you can move the conversation, therefore the relationship forward.
Come on,
Does that
now.
make sense?
Yes.
All right.
That's good.
Okay. So I've hopefully you can even connect and review other videos that we had done to start connecting some things in order to build healthy communications tools for you and to recognize where you fall in that. Okay. The next one I'm going to talk about is passive aggressive. Now that you've heard passive, you've heard aggressive. Passive aggressive means you go from extremes. You go from when something happened to bring conflict, instead of addressing it, you do the passive stuff. You look down, you look away, you ignore it, you soft spoken. You will make the person think you could go ahead, it's okay, it's whatever you want. I'm okay. It's all right, it's okay. And by the third time they do that, you go from that to aggressive, where you are, I told you da-da-da, you just gonna da-da-da-da-da-da, or you do stuff like this. Yes, sir, no problem. You walk out the room real smooth, but you slam that door.
Oh, gosh.
Right? Or you'll find yourself, you got the message and you just ignored it. Or you petty. Let me tell you who passive aggressive people are. You petty boots, boo. You petty.
Petty.
You have to be like, you'll say stuff, da 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 da, and then you throw it in there. Knowing you petty. You're being passive like everything okay,
Shade.
but you really throwing shade. That's passive aggressive. And what's happening when you do that, you actually fall into the same lines of the critique. You fall into the same lines of challenging people, being undermining and aggressive. But yet you perping like you this sweet docile thing. And you're not, sugar. You're being passive aggressive. Both of them are poor communication styles. And both of them did this. Will keep you, if you with prolonged exposure in those communication styles, you will find yourself moving more into anxiety because your needs are being met and you're anxious about addressing stuff, or depression because your needs are not met. So now you feel like you're not worthy to get them met because you're not asserting yourself.
Goodness gracious.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
So a person who have not had their needs met and not spoken up over and over again, or if they've been attacked by an aggressor, they are prone to anxiety issues. And over time, it becomes a disorder. Because remember, disorder,
Prolonged.
right?
It's prolonged.
Yes, you got it. You got it. So it means disappropriate things or disorder. This thing is happening so much. Watch this. I've been dissed that I'm out of order.
Oh, my God.
You catch it?
I caught that just like this.
You caught it?
I caught
All right, moving on to the next one. Assertive communication for your notes tonight. Assertive connection. I love you, sister cousin. Greetings. Hello, Naya. Hi, boo boo. My sister cousin's over here. Hi, Casey. Okay. Anyway. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Felicia. Okay. So, assertive communication. Assertive communication emphasizes the importance of both people's needs. Now, for your notes, that's where you want to be. Okay. During assertive communication, a person stands up for their own needs. They stand on business. Okay. They identify their needs, their wants, and their feelings, but also listens to and respects the needs and wants of others. So while they're considering someone else, they consider themselves. I'll say it again. While you're considering someone else, you consider yourselves.
Yes.
So assertive communicators are marked by a few things. They listen without interruption. So therefore, they practice the skills of active and reflective listening.
What'd you say? No.
Active listening is when someone is talking, they're actively engaged.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
So you understand what I was talking about?
I understand
about
what you were
active thing?
talking about, the active listening.
Absolutely. So what she just did right there, she mimicked me, sharing with me that she understands actively in the moment.
Yes.
Right? Whereas reflective listening is if somebody giving a feedback, then I'll reflect on what they said in my own way.
Okay.
Right? But still identifying where my needs and stuff are.
Okay.
So they clearly state their needs and wants. Listen, they are willing to compromise. Let me just put this out here. You are not born into the world by yourself, which means it's not your way all the time. So compromise is essential for relationships. There's an old adage that says it like this. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, go with a partner. Because
Wow.
two is always better than one.
Yes.
Right? Bible says it like this. One can put 1,000 to flight.
Yes.
Two can do what? Send a legion.
10,000. Come
on, right? Saying that to say it's always better. The Bible even says it like this. Strength is in numbers. Right? So why am I telling you that? God never intended for you to be alone. From the Garden of Eve, he made Eve to be with Adam. Right? And he allowed them to multiply. You were not to be alone. So we are supposed to be together. That's why we are the human race.
Right.
Fair?
Yes. Very good.
An assertive communicator stands up for their own rights. So you got to know them, right? The next one is they speak with a confident tone, right? And body language. So their voice is not always falling like this. They're not monotone. They're not looking down like this.
What you said? What was that?
What I want to talk to you about.
What you say?
You know, that don't come with no energy.
Right.
Okay? If I need to meet your need, I need to know your need, baby. Talk to me.
Girl.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they have good eye contact. Eye contact let a person know you're serious.
Yes.
Right? And it also informs people that you're confident in who you are and you've identified what you need. Right? But again, assertive communicators, there is no petty with it because you own where you are, right? So when I see a lot of people being petty, can I be honest? I know you have insecurities.
Ooh.
So people are so used to doing it and they think it's funny, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm waiting on to give you my business card.
You're gonna need this, boo. Here,
You're gonna
take
need this because people like, you know, it's like a good passive aggressive person, you're the woman that keys the car. Why?
Ooh.
You want to key the car at 2:00 in the morning. No. If you want to key the car, blow the window, call the phone, watch. You watching me? I'm keying your car. You hear me? And call the police.
Bless the windows out your car.
Okay, that's another story. Don't do that.
Don't do that. We are not advocating
So
that.
I want to play with you tonight. All right?
yes.
We're going to play. We're going to do some examples. And me and Nikki, I'm about to put you on, Nikki. You ready?
I'm ready, girl.
I want those who participate with us today. I'm about to give you some examples to practice a passive cue. Hello, Artanisha.
Hey, cuz. You know
What's
that's
up,
my cousin.
baby?
Yes,
I'm
my
going to
cousin.
give you the ability to practice. Are you ready?
Yes.
You're going to practice a passive voice so you can hear from yourself. You're going to practice an assertive voice and an aggressive voice. And we're going to play with a passive aggressive. Okay. Here we go. Here's a scenario. A friend asked to borrow your vehicle. A friend asked to borrow it, okay? This will be a big inconvenience for you. I'm setting you up. Your friend want to buy your car, and this is an inconvenience for you. I want you to give me a passive response. Here's an ideal. Here's an example. The passive voice sounds like this. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's fine. Do you need me to fill a tank? I mean, okay. That's all right. You got it? A aggressive voice sounds like this. No way. I mean, why would I let you borrow my car? You crazy to even ask. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You set yourself up. Don't do that. Right? Okay. Now, an assertive communication would sound like this. Honestly, dear, I need my car for that day. However, I will have time to drop you off.
See?
You hear it? Because we're in relationship with each other.
Yes.
If I'm passing you, or if it's only going to take me 10 minutes, right? So it's enough for me. Yes! It's not for the Right? Listen, honey, I get deep on this one. People ask to borrow my vehicles. I let them know, you know what you're asking to borrow. Okay. I just want you to know my deductible is $500. If you get in an accident and you live, hallelujah, I want that $500. Hello. That's what it boiled down to. And if you can't do it, then you might not want to borrow my car. You can Turo accordingly, or you can enterprise budget. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just telling you what it rolls like over here. Would I let you borrow my car? If we tight, absolutely. Ain't nothing but a vehicle to me. But if you get in an accident, have any issues, I don't want no issues.
Right.
Don't set us up like that. Okay?
Right.
That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
That's
Are you
the
ready, Nikki?
expectation. I'm ready.
Are you ready? Here we go.
I'm ready. I'm
America, here's your opportunity. Drum roll.
What we got?
Here's a scenario, Nikki.
Okay.
My car is how I eat. Let me hold on. Yes, Sandy. All right, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Scenario. Your boss asks you to stay late while everyone else leaves. Now listen, you're always the one who stays late, but tonight you have plans. Nikki, I want you to give me a passive, an assertive, and an aggressive response. Sandy
Okay.
Rose is over here like, all right, got to go. Appreciate it. All right.
Appreciate
Come
All
on.
right, okay,
Give me a
so-
passive.
Passive is okay.
I'll do it again. Your boss asks you to stay late while everyone else leaves. You're always the one who stays late, and tonight you have plans. Give me a passive response.
Well, I mean, I guess I could change my plans. Yeah, okay, I'll stay.
Good. I guess I could change my plans. Right? Honestly, that's almost a little passive aggressive. The true passive.
'Cause I
you
have
see
to
it?
put the plans
Yeah,
in
you have to
there.
put that. You a little shade. You got a little petty in you, Nikki. Little petty. All right. Try to get like a for real passive person.
Okay, a real passive person.
Passive communicator.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. I can stay. I could do that. I could do that.
Absolutely. Perfect. Now give me an aggressive one.
Oh no, honey. Are you paying? Is it double time, triple time? What? I mean,
Right,
I
right.
mean, did you ask so and so and so and so first before you
see
came
that?
to me?
You see that? Now, in some of that, you still got some assertive in there because you're asking, would there be an extra premium in this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Because you're moving it to compromise.
Hello.
All right. Now give me
Straight
shut
to the
down. All right. Now give me an aggressive.
Oh, I thought that was aggressive.
Or, I mean, give me an assertive.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm sorry. I can see that there's a need that needs to be met, but I have already made plans. Is it something that I could do in the morning, like first thing in the morning? I can come in early tomorrow as opposed to staying late tonight.
Perfect. Right? Or if it's something that had to be done tonight, you could probably say something like, I can give you an hour, but then I'll have to go because I have plans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because remember, this is a relationship with your job. Why am I helping you, America? Because sometimes, when you get your thing going on and you didn't feel like you didn't work so much. For one,
Yes.
remember this. Your job is how you pay your bills.
Listen.
It is how it's a wealth building tool, right?
Come on.
Now, but listen, if you want favor at your job, you got to be flexible. You hear me? F and F. Favor comes with flexibility.
Ooh, I've never heard that one before.
Favor comes with flexibility.
I get it,
It's
though.
all about compromise
I get
because
it.
if you got a good
You'll
job,
give it to somebody you really care about.
yeah.
You'll do it for something that's
Right.
that you believe in.
And if you're working at a place that is treating you fair, but if
Right.
you're working at a place that you feel like you're not being treated fair, you're not even getting paid your rightful compensation, you're always going to feel honestly petty there anyway.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be a little passive aggressive there anyway.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
that is your first sign that you shouldn't be there. Because
Yeah.
if you got to be passive aggressive there, then that means for one, you're not grateful being there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're not going to be your best self being there.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
That's fair. And it's true.
Okay. Now give me let's go to the next scenario. Y'all
Okay.
ready? Here we go.
Oh Lord, I don't want this one.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
yeah, let's do it. Are you ready? Are you pre-read? You ready,
Oh,
America?
Oh,
Here's the
Lord.
scenario.
Help us, Jesus.
Your partner left a mess in the kitchen. Okay. And you're too busy to clean. Give me a passive response. Come on, type it in here. Somebody play with us real quick.
Father,
Give me a
fried
passive
sin.
response to your partner left a mess in the kitchen and you're too busy to clean.
Ooh.
Somebody else give me an aggressive response in the chat, and somebody else give me an assertive response in the chat. Come on, talk to us.
Oh,
I want to see you
Lord.
practice with us tonight.
My Lord.
More than married people like this is a word, honey. This is a real one.
A pass would be like, oh, okay. I guess I need to clean
She
up
said,
this
"My
kitchen.
Lord."
I guess I gotta clean up this kitchen.
Yeah. Next one, aggressive.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't. This kitchen is not clean. I know you cook, but it's your turn to clean too. So
Right.
handle that.
Very aggressive. Now let's try an assertive response. Again, for those of you who are just joining, we are learning about passive aggressive, and assertive communication tools. Okay. So we're working on healthy relationships, moving
Yes.
conversations forward, moving communication styles forward, and identifying best ways to engage with these type of communication styles from a clinical therapeutic point. Okay.
Yes.
You ready?
Look
Here
at
we
our
go.
Tanisha.
Artanisha, aggressive. Do I look like your mama? Absolutely. Do I look like your mama? Huh? Don't somebody else wash these dishes here? Okay. Are you paying me? Right.
Right.
Come on. Now
We
give
don't
me
have an assertive. Okay, an assertive.
Give me an
would be,
assertive, somebody.
Let me think. Let me think about that one. Oh, babe, thanks for cooking. You did a wonderful job. So let's talk about this kitchen. I really got to go somewhere, but if you can wash, I will dry. I'll dry and put away later. If you could just wash everything, I'll dry and put away later, or
That's beautiful.
something like that.
That's
Let's
beautiful.
compromise.
Know what you did? You complimented and then you compromised. You put your hands in it too, and then you offered them to do it as well. That was perfect. That was perfect. You're
Yay.
growing.
I'm
so
growing.
proud of you, friend. You're growing, dear. You're growing. Okay. Hello, Tiamer. How are you, my love? What you got? What maid is coming to clean this mess up? Yes. Right. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready for the next practice? Here we go. You're at a restaurant and the server brought you the wrong dish.
Ooh, child. I
We're
know some
practicing.
people.
We're practicing. I want you to identify.
I see so many people in my head that complain and complain and
It's
complain
atrocious.
and complain.
Do you know I've stopped a date because he was rude to a waiter?
Yeah, I can see that.
I didn't like it. He was too aggressive. He was trying to be all like, hey. I was like, nope.
No, because
Yeah.
it's uncalled for.
Yeah, and servers are beautiful people. They serve
Yes,
you.
they're serving your food.
Yeah, and they can. Yeah,
Yeah.
Y'all don't do that.
Don't do that.
Stop that.
Side note, that was
Yeah.
for free. All right.
Yeah.
You're at a restaurant and the server brought you the wrong dish.
Give me a passive response. Go.
That's okay. I'll eat it. It's fine. It's fine. I'll eat
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'll eat it. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Aggressive response.
Excuse me. I didn't order this. You gonna have to come get this and go and you have to come get this.
That's good, Artanisha. Hello, my love again. I don't think this is what I ordered, but I'll eat it anyway. Yep. Very, very passive. Perfect. Yep.
That's my cousin.
Yep. Now give me an assertive response.
Yeah, I don't think
Notice her tone. You notice it?
Yeah. I don't think this is what I ordered. Would you mind checking to see if this is what I ordered by mistake? Maybe I ordered it by mistake, but if not, can you bring me something else?
No. Because what you're doing, now you're compromising what you know to be true. That is a passive, right?
ordered
That's
this?
right. So in a
Okay,
good
that was passive.
assertive.
Okay, so
yeah?
good assertive.
So remember, go back to your notes, loves. What assertive is marked by. Assertive
listens.
right? Listen without interruption. Clearly state needs and wants. Willing to compromise, but stand up for your own rights in a confident tone. I'm going to give you a coaching. Both times I have you do assertive, I've noticed that you use your passive voice.
Oh,
So come out of that.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
when you're practicing the skill communicators, you want to look them in the eye and you want to keep an assertive tone. So
Okay.
even though you're going to be practicing assertion skills and you're not trying to come off as aggressive, you don't want to come off as passive either. Remember, assertion skills are marked by a confident body tone because you know what you want. I ordered the filet mignon. You brought me, orange roughy. On a given Tuesday, I would prefer an orange roughy, but today I felt like a steak.
Okay.
Oh, and I want this steak. Try it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Mayor. Perfect.
All right. Yes.
Sorry, I ordered XX. Can you please check to see if it's ready? So the way she doing is like it came. It's like it's an automatic assumption this was not the right meal. Okay, give me another one. Try it. Assertive.
Oh, hey, Sue, I did not order the catfish. I wanted the orange roughy. Yeah, can you take this back and then bring me the orange roughy? I'll wait. It's no problem.
Perfect. Right? Or if they say the kitchen is closed, you know what then? I'll eat this orange roughy, but can you have them give me a discount on this or something? What we doing? Is there a free drink on the menu? Is there something? Is there appetizer available?
Can I get a free
Because I'm
dessert to go?
compromising
Yes.
because I'm going to take it,
Right.
but this is not what I ordered.
That's not what I ordered.
Right? And you just do it with respect.
Is there a price difference
There you
for
go.
what I ordered and what you gave me?
There you go. Because this is, there you go. Yep. But what you gave me, usually
child.
you would be happy to let them in, but this time you're busy. I'll do it again. We had a little interruption. Here we go. A friend showed up at your house. Here's your scenario, loves. A friend showed up at your house unexpected, okay, uninvited. Usually you will be happy to let them in. So this your girl, this your guy, this a family member. This is somebody who have been over to your house multiple times, okay? But this time when they popped up, you were busy. Give me an passive response.
Oh, girl, come on in. Girl, I got stuff to do, but, we good. Come on in. Nope, that's passive aggressive.
You got it. Are you
passive
catching
aggressive.
yourself?
I'm catching
Are you
myself.
catching your
I caught
communication
myself right
style?
there, like, girl, come on.
Are you
Dang.
catching your communication
Man,
style? Can I
Yes.
jump on it real quick?
Yup.
When you find yourself being passive aggressive, what you're gonna find is instability in some relationships.
Got
They
it.
don't know if they don't know what to believe sometimes.
Gotcha.
It'd be like, you said this, but you do da-da-da. But
Gotcha.
I thought you meant this, da-da-da-da-da-da. Right?
Gotcha.
And what it can do is force people not to know how to handle you.
Gotcha. Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that make a
Now
lot
that
of
I say
sense.
that, compared to some of your relationships.
Yes.
Right? It'd probably be like, I don't know how to please you. I thought you said da-da-da-da. Or, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's what you'll find in the communication style.
She said I didn't open the door, Regina.
You passive aggressive, boo. Okay, that's what I know. You keep on knocking, but you can't get in. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
You ain't got to go home, but you can't
You
stay
go
here.
ahead. You're looking at the door. Now you're the Jehovah's Witness. I'm sorry, no offense.
Okay, passive. Come on in, girl. Come on.
Right. And while you're flustered in the head,
Right.
because you know you have stuff to do. So you just totally inconvenienced you and you push what you needed to do back, right? So
Right.
that's the thing. When you're so passive, what's happening is you're losing time in your mind, you're losing time in your natural life. People are just making decisions for you. So now you're frustrated and feeling like nobody ever listens, but baby, it's because you're not talking.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
now you got
Then you
anxiety.
become resentful.
Yeah, you become resentful. Now you're irritable. Now you're depressed. Now you socially isolate. Now you want to have this ideal because you really now have fallen into, if y'all remember these, cognitive distortions and negative thinking. Because now you feel like everybody's talking about you. Nobody wants you around. You got black and white thinking. And it's really because nobody knows where you're coming from because you haven't been authentic.
Ooh.
So you're going around here with anxiety, baby, when people just don't really know what you need.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's do the aggressive version. Somebody popped up at your house. Try it.
Girl, you didn't even call me before you got here. I ain't got time today. You gotta turn around. I got to go.
Right. Which totally can have the person that you love feel insecure about your relationship, feel like you being acting funny, especially when you've allowed them to be over any other time. Right. Number 3, you don't know why they still came over. You know what I'm saying? They could have had an issue. They could have had a need.
Yeah.
Right? Or they were just around the way and y'all tight like that and they miss you and they love you. For them to pop over and take the time to come by and check on you, that's because there's a relationship there.
Right.
So for you to do that to them, you're being rude. And they are right to question the authentic connection of the relationship.
Ooh.
Because all these other times you let me over and it was cool. So why are you acting like that now? You get it?
Yeah.
So that's why when you're being over aggressive, and oftentimes we become over aggressive when you feel like your voice is not heard. So now you fighting for it. But sometimes, babies, you fighting at the wrong people.
Fighting the wrong one. I wasn't the one that did that to you.
Right. And that's a big issue that I see in my doors.
Yeah.
Right. So we're trying to make this relatable to you, right? Because now you're depressed and feeling like you got to fight for all things. And people see you as being this one who have this attitude. You're hiding. You got all these depression type of symptoms around you. And it's really because you're fighting so much for your voice. When if you got healthy relationships, we hear you.
Nice.
Right? And you're worthy to be heard.
That's good. That's good.
Do the last one. Give me a good assertive response.
Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, my gosh. It's so good to see you. I'm so sorry, though. I am actually on my way out because I have somewhere to be in about 30 minutes. Can we do a rain check or can we hang out tomorrow night?
That sounds wonderful. Because remember what you're doing, you're placing your need and you're considering them. So you're saying, thank you so much, Renisha, for coming by. I love you. You want to, oh my gosh, how are you? I'm going to be honest. Right now, if it was any other time, we can hang out. But I'm on a time crunch. Da.
Yeah.
So I have to get this done. Can you come back later? I'll be back around 5. Or where you at this evening? I can come by you or tomorrow. What we looking like?
Yeah.
Because you want to let that person know I'm grateful that you thought of me.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm glad you came by.
Right.
Because you've been that's our relationship.
Right.
But right now I have something to do.
Right.
And what that low key is also going to give that person to know is that maybe next time before I just come by, I do give a call.
Yeah.
And that may be the tone you want to set. You just got to do it with love and grace. Amen.
Yes. Speak the truth in love.
Ain't that what the Bible say?
And Miss Sandy said, my mama says she not home.
My mama said, listen, I used to do that. I did that for real. My mama threw a shoe at me. Mama, they was calling, the collectors calling on the phone. And I was like, huh? What'd you say? My mama said she not at home. Mama said, shut up. I'll never forget it. Shout out to my mama. I love you. My mama said she not home.
said she not home.
So to the passive, aggressive, and the passive, aggressive, and to the assertive communication styles you heard tonight. If you find yourself participating in any of those type of attributes, I'm coaching you to start practicing being more assertive.
Yes.
How do you do that? When somebody asks you something or they demand something from you, I want you to take a deep breath. Start giving people permission to wait on you. One moment, please. Let me think about that date. Let me check my calendar. Can I get back to you in a couple of hours before I make that decision? Listen, just because they could be pushing you, their priority is now. You might need a minute. You're
Yeah.
worth that. I'm encouraging you to dig in, identify where you feel about a thing, identify your thoughts about a thing, and your real abilities that won't have you suffering. Because if you give all you have when you need, what's going to be there for you?
Listen,
Fair?
can't pour from an empty cup.
You can't. So that's why it's the importance of assertive communication is know where you are. But oftentimes we're so people pleasing driven that we don't check in to please ourselves or please the Father first. Be right here. Be right here. And then this becomes easier.
Yes. Come on now.
Thank you for your time tonight.
We love you, Detroit. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. Even with this extra stuff and our time to play with all this
This
passive
is
aggressive.
called passive aggressive and assertive communication.
Yes.
It is free for you. If you look at therapistaid.com, look up the worksheets, communication styles.
Yes. Thank you so much, our resident therapist, Miss Renisha Fluker. We
Thank
love you,
you.
Detroit. Share this
Thank
message
you.
with somebody you know, okay? And go vote. It's your right and
Yes.
your responsibility.
Absolutely.
All right. Peace out.
And be assertive doing it.
Yes.
Goodbye, loves. Thank you for
See
tuning
ya.
in tonight.
Excuse me, can I vote here today?
Absolutely. Come this way and someone will help you. That's right, Detroit. You don't have to wait until November 5th. Every day this week is Election Day, Monday through Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can vote at one of our 14 early vote centers. So let your voice be heard now and vote, because it's not only your right, it's the right thing to do.
I love teaching others because when I first got into the healthcare field, people overlooked me. I was really a ninth grade dropout who had no education, but I was determined to make something of myself for my baby. So Motor City matched the funds I put into my business. They awarded me $20,000. So now I'm able to focus solely on first step healthcare training and give it everything it needs. All because I live in Detroit.
You've been listening to
Soulful inspiration.
We're so glad you hung out with us today. We're here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on WVTC Detroit. If you'd like to partner with us or sponsor a show with your business, send us an email at tntsoulllc@gmail.com, or you can call us at 313-570-8280. I'm your girl,
Nikki Jones.
This is WVTC Detroit, your award-winning gospel internet radio station. We're bringing you the best in gospel music, live shows, and inspiring interviews. Like and share our page on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay connected. Your support helps us spread positivity and encouragement throughout the community. So whether you download our WVTC app, visit our website at WVTCDetroit.com, or join us on Facebook or YouTube, you will stay connected and entertained. Join our WVTC Detroit listener family today and tell your friends about us. Together, we can make a difference. WVTC Detroit, where gospel meets the community.
This is Shirley Smith from Journey Music Studios, and when I'm not teaching, I'm listening and watching WVTC Detroit.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.